What up, my Get It Done crew? I hope everyone is having a good Thursday. I am just coming on to give y'all some tips, some things that I have been experiencing this week that I hope to share to help you have a smoother self-publishing journey. If you are new to my page, my name is Ashley M. King. I am the Get It Done Queen. And I help people of faith tell their story by writing a book and leverage their message to create brands, not just books. You can visit my website at www.ashleymking.com. Once again, that's www.ashleymking.com. So, hey, Dre. So like I said, tonight I'm just going to be sharing with y'all some tips to help you that are killing so many authors out here in a situation I'm going through right now with the author. So I just have 4. Keep it very simple. If you hear my baby crying in the background, he's okay. Daddy is with him. He's just teething. Hey, Miss Jaquita. Hey. So, 4 tips. Number one. First off, let me say, I have nothing against Fiverr, Upwork, any of these freelancing sites. Okay? Nothing. I've used them. Nothing wrong at all with using them. But if you do not know what to look for, please do not use these sites because people are getting, I don't want to say they're getting gypped off. I mean, it's just that, you perhaps have someone new that's on Fiverr trying to grow, and then someone's, okay, great, $5 want to use them. They get the work, they think it's great, but it's not what they are needing for their project, right? So, number 1, hold your editor accountable. I get that you may not understand the tenses, past, present, perfect, simple, perfect, all that type of stuff. I get it. However, I just received a manuscript in which I gave them my price. And I was like, oh my gosh, great. I paid more to the other editor. And I was like, oh, okay, really? The editor did not have period at the end of the sentence. That is basic English. They didn't have quotation marks at the end of it. That is like basic. They spelled the character's name wrong. That is the basic, I think, as an editor that you should get. As an author, you need to hold these editors accountable before you even decide to work with the editor. 1, ask how many revisions that they allow. 2, ask for references or sample work. I don't do any sample work. I'll give you references. You can contact people that I've worked for. It's up to them to say that they've ghostwritten, whether I'm a ghostwriter, if edited their work, whatever it is. But you feel free to contact my references. I've done that free work. I've won awards for my editing. I do what I do, and I'm good at it. And so it just really discourages me when people are trying to be cheap, when you get ripped off, and then it's just like, it's frustrating. So as an author, I want you to hold your editor accountable. Ask the appropriate questions before you hire them. Check references, compare their rates, It's nothing wrong. You want to make sure that you put a good product out here, okay? So nothing wrong with holding your editor accountable. I'm just out with tongue tied. Nothing wrong at all. So please, nothing wrong with Fiverr, Upwork, but if you need to have someone else check your work, do that. 2, format your book before you get your book cover done. I don't know how many times that I'm only saying this usually for the self-publisher. As a publishing company, I can coincide. I can start working on the book cover, but I know that I need the appropriate page count, as well as the type of page cover, whether it's going to be cream, white, or color, that we are going to be using for this book, so we can have the appropriate size for the book cover. A lot of times people start off with the book cover design, and it's beautiful, but their book hasn't even been formatted. They've got a book cover design for 8.5 by 11, but the book is formatted by 6 by 9. Or they actually have the book formatted for 6 by 9, but it's formatted for 100 pages, and your formatted book is 150 pages. Depending on if you use someone on Fiverr, Upwork, whatever, you have to pay for that to get it redone. And it's not going to work if you try to always, we're going to say do the janky work I don't want to say my word I use. But when you try to, go out here and just make stuff work, do it right the first time around. And if you're not quite sure what to look for, I do consultations before you go out here and hire people. If you don't want to hire Get It Done Publishing to do your book, maybe we're not, within your price range, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I prefer you to get a consultation to know what to look for. Hey, Ashley, can you work with me with this particular editor, or not illustrator, excuse me, as far as to make sure that this is the appropriate book size or book formatting, the illustrations that I need. I've gotten book covers that don't even have the book summary or book synopsis on the back with the author bio. They didn't know that it's needed. It's just different things that I get, and it's all jacked up. Thank you, ma'am. And so I have no problem once again with you using these freelancers, but if you don't know what you don't know, and then you come and you're ready to publish your book and stuff is not working, you are going to stress out, and I'm telling you why it's not working. And these are just 4 of the many reasons that I receive. So format your book before you do your book cover. 3, I went on earlier this week to talk about Ingram Sparks and how they had a free code. I think it was free 522, I believe it was the code, that you get up to 5 uploads by the end of April 30th. But a lot of people are learning more about Ingram. If you have placed your book on Amazon and have done the expanded distribution, it's going to cause issues when you try to upload your book to Ingram Sparks. So that is just one to be mindful of. Also, if you are placing your book on Amazon and Ingram Sparks, perhaps you've done Amazon first because that is the platform that so many people use, and then you find out about Ingram Sparks, you do need 2 separate book covers. They vary by millimeters, but you definitely need 2 separate book covers, one for Amazon, one for Ingram. Ingram does need some more millimeters than Amazon. So you do need 2 book covers. Just know that, all right? And like I said on my live earlier about Ingram Sparks, you do need to have a credit card on file. They're going to bill your card. And 4, this is my last one. Always, 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 always get your source files. Your PDF is not the source file to your book. Generally, if it's going to be a Word document, mainly for the interior or InDesign, depending on the type of format you have for the inside of your book. For your book cover, maybe Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. Get the source file of your book. I've worked with 2 authors that have pitched their books to schools. One of them did not have the source file to his book, and they needed him to change a word. I think it was God, with faith in church or state in religion. So I think they needed him to change the word God in his book. He did not have the source file. I don't know if he reached out to the illustrator because he, started piecing some stuff together, and I helped him towards the end. But hopefully he was able to get the source file and was able to land that contract. Perhaps need to follow up with him. But always get the source file. You never know. One of the things that I am going to start doing is licensing my work, licensing my books. Guess what? I have the source file. And one of the things I want to do when I start licensing to organizations is say, hey, as far as, the CEO of this organization, hey, would you like to start off this book with a welcome letter to your, group or whoever you're purchasing this book for? And if they say yes, guess what? I have the source file. So I can charge X amount of dollars to create this 1-page letter, a welcome letter from the CEO to, the organization. If it's going to be, 500 copies of my book or the book that they want to license, and write a letter, from the CEO to the organization. Great. I have my source file. And guess what? I can continue doing that for different organizations for that one book. So as an author, always get your source file. Baby, get your source file. You earn that. It is so much more than you can do with your book than just selling per copies. Learn how to license your content. You are a brand, okay? And you can license your content. And I'm going to be launching something pretty soon with brandable content besides my books, and I'm very excited for that. So, just a recap for the information that I shared this evening. One, make sure you're asking the appropriate questions when you hire an editor and hold your editor accountable, right? Check their work, check behind them, okay? 2, format your book before, hey, Miss Jazz, format your book prior to doing your book cover, right? A lot of people will start doing their book cover and they don't have the format of their book and they don't know the book spine. And so what is happening is they're going to create this book. It's beautiful and all. However, it's not the appropriate size, so they have to, redesign it, go in and make some alterations. 3, if you're going to be on Ingram Spark, right, do not do the expanded distribution on Amazon. And if you're going to be, geez, a love, girl. And if you're going to be doing both of them, you need 2 different sizes, unless you start off Ingram Sparks first, right? But if you do Amazon first, then go to Ingram, you need 2 different book sizes, book covers, excuse me. And then 4, always get the source file of your work, right? And if anybody have any questions, you can ask them right quick before I hop off, because I'm going to spend the rest of my evening with family. But always get the source file of your work, because if you want to make some changes, if some company want to go, license your book, you can go in and make the changes yourself, all right? So if that is, we don't have any other questions. Once again, my name is Ashley King, aka the Get It Done Queen. I help people of faith tell their story by writing a book and leverage their message to create brands, not just books. The evening is, girl, okay, a night then, boo. Thank you, Dre. Yes, it is night. It is past my bedtime. But, oh, Jazz, I went to the thing that you tagged me in yesterday. Thank you, boo. I did go there. I have some pictures. I ain't even upload that stuff yet. But I did go, so thanks so much for tagging me. But yeah, I'm going to hop off. Enjoy my evening. I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Love y'all. And stay blessed.